Basketball, the sport that gave us Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and some of the greatest athletes in history. Created by James Naismith in 1891 using nothing more than a football, two peach baskets, and a gymnasium, basketball grew into one of the biggest sports on the earth. Today, it's estimated to have between 2.2 and 2.7 billion fans worldwide. The NBA alone generates around 10 to 13 billion in annual revenue. For comparison, England's Premier League earns around 6.8 billion pounds per season. So, on paper, basketball looks unstoppable. But here's the real question. If basketball is so successful, why isn't it the world's biggest sport? The answer starts with something surprising. The NBA isn't basketball. It's one league and it's arguably the most commercialized sports league in the world. From spectacular player introductions to halftime shows, music, mic'd up players, social media, and highlight driven marketing, the NBA transformed basketball into entertainment. A huge portion of its revenue comes from media rights, sponsorships, advertising, and global branding, not simply from how many people play basketball. Football is different. Yes, in comparison, the Premier League earns only about 6.8 billion pounds a year. But that's just one league. When you combine the Premier League, La Liga, the Bundesliga, Serie A, Ligue 1, and the Champions League, international competitions, and hundreds of professional leagues across the globe, the global football industry is estimated to be worth well over 50 billion annually. So, basketball isn't losing financially, it's simply concentrated into one enormous league, while football success is spread across the entire world. But money isn't the biggest reason football became the world's game. Accessibility is. To play football, you need one ball, and almost anything can become a goal. Two rocks, a pair of shoes, a backpack. The pitch doesn't even have to be flat. And millions of children learn to play football on dusty streets, beaches, parks, and uneven fields. Basketball asks for a little more. You need a hoop, a backboard, and ideally a hard, flat surface that lets the ball bounce properly. That sounds like a small difference, but across billions of people, it's enormous. Then there are the rules. Football is incredibly easy to understand. Don't use your hands, kick, run, score. Basketball introduces dribbling, traveling, shot clocks, 3-second violations, goaltending, and several other rules that make the learning curve steeper for new players. But perhaps the biggest factor is something you can't control: height. The average NBA player is around 6 feet 6 inches tall. That's nearly 198 centimeters. Of course, anyone can enjoy basketball recreationally, but when the biggest stars all tower over the average person, the sport can feel less attainable. Football is completely different. Some of the greatest players in history have been under 5 feet 8 inches. At the highest level, success feels possible for a much wider range of body types. So, did basketball fail? No, not even close. It became one of the biggest sports on the planet. But football became something even bigger. Not because it was marketed better, not because it made more money, but because almost anyone, almost anywhere could pick up a ball and start playing.
Show me